Now it's time to do some development. We have created a branch called Data Packages, and that branch contains NAV objects. To start the development, we first need to build our environment. By selecting the top action, we build the environment and we update it from our Git source. During the build, the latest backup is restored, the environment is compiled, and all the services are started. To make sure everything is running as planned, we synchronize the database after the service has been started. As you can see now, the import is going to start, but first it begins with comparing the objects that are in the Git repository versus the objects that are in the database. The comparison is done by comparing dates, times, and version lists of all objects. As you can see now here, 70 new objects are in the Git repository and they are being imported into the database. After import, these 17 objects are compiled, which should leave the database ready for development. We start development by selecting the Start FinSQL action. This action will make sure that the environment is ready and running, and then it will start the FinSQL exe in administration mode. We start FinSQL in administration mode to make sure that all the database synchronization will work properly. Now we can go ahead and make whatever changes we want to the NAV objects. As an example here, I will copy a couple of actions from one page to another. Save the changes, and we are done. Note that the object that we updated has the modified flag, which enables us to use the NAV modified to Git function. By using this function, we will only export the objects that have the modified flag. By default, we should not have any modified objects in our Git repository, So when this happens, the modified flag is removed from the object. In source tree we can easily see what changes have been done to the file. We can decide to state the file entirely or partially, and we can do that selection file by file. We write a commit, comment, and commit it to our local repository. In later stages we can push this to the central server. Now let's take another example. Our environment is already ready, and we will again start the FinSQL. Now I want to create a new code unit. I'll make the necessary update to my object and exit FinSQL. Now I'm selecting a different export. I will export all of the NAV objects. By doing this, I make sure that every changes I have done and every result of that change will be exported into our repository. And this is the recommended way. Whatever we have in our repository is removed and replaced by the current status of our development environment. Git will automatically figure out what changes have been done. Here we can see a new file, we can see the content of the file, and all we need to do is to create the comment we want to pass along with this commit. We can then select to remove this development environment if we don't need to use it anymore.